Last week, she shot the 3 ball extremely well against Pakenham. So I'm excited to see what she does in the 3 with Zugner and Rintala playing posts.
Speaking of Caitlin Van Ness, 37 points in that game against Pakenham. She was unstoppable, really carrying this Bulleen team, which she's done toward the mid and back part of this season. So what did then Bellerine have to try to do to try and slow her down, and this entire Bulleen team that are just riding this wave of momentum and really turning a couple of heads in this last couple of weeks to make it to this championship game?
Yeah, I think Bellerine, super exciting to watch. They go depth, just their experience being together for many years, the core group. So I think that just team culture will carry them through.
Well, that was something that you mentioned to me before the game, was this Bellerine team. They've been together for so long. They know each other. Just their second year in the championship division. Can they bring home this title? We're underway. Bulleen in the road whites. Bellerine in their traditional home blue. And it's the Boomers with the opening tip. Megan Hedge, Elisa Marcucci, Saray Beveridge, Caitlin Van Ness, and the veteran, the legend, Jenny Rintala, the starting 5 for the Boomers.
Bellerine playing that zone on the baseline there. It's pretty common for them to play on the baseline, so it'll be interesting to see how Bulleen score out of that one.
Well, you were mentioning that they switch up their defense a lot. They kind of keep the offense on their toes. That's one of the reasons that they are far and away the #1 defense. They also know how to get the ball in the hoop. First points of the game for Charlotte Armstrong.
She's just a solid player, Armstrong. She's just one of those players, she just gets the job done. Doesn't matter what she's got to do, offense or defensively, she can just get it done.
Does a little bit of everything, 8.5 points, 7 boards. No good at the ring.
There's a rebound for her there.
First of many, I have absolutely no doubt. Good offense here by the Storm. Can't get the friendly bounce there for Hall. And the Boomers' 3rd championship grand final in a row. But they're starting this one a little bit sloppy. It looks like a little bit of nerves, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, championship games always bring out nerves in the first couple of minutes. I'm sure they will settle in eventually. Minor mistakes.
3rd in a row. Of course, that heartbreaking loss for them last year. Looking to go one better. Shot clock down to 10. Wide open 3 from the 45 is no good there for straight. Boomers yet to hit the scoreboard in this one. We've played just under 2 minutes. 2 plays 0. Rintala in the block, no good. And the Storm playing with a bit of pace. Straight, getting aggressive. Now they'll slow it down and reset with 10 on the shot clock. Jab step, no good. Shot's a bit short. Loose ball, who wants it more? It goes to the Boomers.
I'm really excited for this matchup with Hedge and Varley. Both are super feisty defenders and up and in on defense. So I'm really excited to see what them two can do in the mid-court there.
Ball's tipped out. We'll stay with the Boomers. 14 on the shot clock. Had a couple of good looks, just haven't got them to go so far. There's a wide open 3 from straight on, no good. Lovely tap from Rintala, but the shot can't go for Hedge. Another offensive rebound. And an open look in the corner, halfway down. A 4th offensive rebound by the Boomers. They get shot after shot, but it just does not want to hit the bottom of the net.
Little mismatch there. Varley goes and takes it.
Worried out of the points in the end. Pull up transition 3. That's no good. Rintala, too big, too strong. Finally gets the Boomers on the board.
That's just experience there.
That's just someone who's been in plenty of championship games in her time. 2 plays 2, a little over 3 minutes gone in this opening quarter. Vert. No look pass. And then a tough look is a little bit short, we'll say there for Chantal Hall. Now, first sub of the game, Jamie Crombie checking in. Now, Bellerine run this 8-player roster. Does that make it easier or harder as a coach to try and get these rotations and kind of make sure no players get too tired?
I think Tim does a really good job with rotations with his 8 players. And I think they're all, like, when they're out on the court, they're just in it in that moment and they give it their all, and then the sub comes in and they get their few minutes rest and then the rotation comes again. So they kind of tick over their subs quite quickly, keeping everyone quite fresh on the floor.
Caitlin Van Ness with a lovely and one, converts it. Boomers have taken the lead. Van Ness, one of 2 Youth Player of the Year finalists in this Bulleen team. Full of some up-and-coming superstars. How do the Storm respond? Shot clock down to 6. Pull up 3, tough look, doesn't go. Now the Boomers with a bit of confidence right now. Big cross-court pass, but that basket's going to be waved away as Mark Cucci stepped out of bounds.
I don't think any defensive rotation had her in that, so she was wide open. Unfortunate that she just stepped backwards.
Halfway through this first quarter. 5 plays 2. Bulleen with the lead. Viley wide open on the wing. No good. Then a strong box out and jump ball caught in the end, and that's going to stay with the Storm. In a game like this, every single possession matters. So 14 seconds here for Bellerine. Offense has really started to slow down for them. Viley from the free throw line.
That one was straight, and she has a great knack of just getting into the paint and putting up a shot. She's very, very composed when she's penetrating, so expect to see more of that from her.
3's no good for Rintala. Straight once again. Off, next pass, the 3's no good once again. Halfway through first quarter, state champ women's grand final. Trying to thread the needle, but read pretty well in the end by Hall.
Viley loves to push the tempo in transition.
Lovely dump-off pass, forces the foul. Van Ness called for her first. A few subs coming in for both sides. Talia Leeson in for her first minutes for Bulleen, alongside Saray Beveridge.
It looks like Courtney Hollowood came in for Georgia Viley on Bellerine.
One for 2 for Chantal Hall. She'll take a seat. Armstrong checking in. Knotted up at 5 apiece. Lovely extra pass to the corner.
Definitely not the player you want to be leaving wide open in the corner. Saray Beveridge shoots a 3-ball at
47%.
super impressive.
That is elite level numbers. And that gives her team the lead as well. Aggressive to the ring. Shot's no good, but pulls down her own rebound. And the corner 3 responding in kind for Armstrong. It just took a couple of minutes for both teams to get their offense going, but now it's opened up a little bit. Quick crossover all the way to the ring, but too strong on the finish. Now Storm pushing the pace. Bulleen do a pretty good job of getting back, but there's a mismatch on the ball. Tough 1 foot runner.
Looks like they're trying to attack Caitlin Van Ness off the dribble there with their smaller guards.
Oh, aggressive take to the ring and a pair of free throws coming here for the Boomers.
We'll have to see what Bulleen does on that with Van Ness. Oh, looks like she's going off for a sub now. But yeah, looks like Bellerine are looking to attack her off the dribble, just seeing if she can handle the smaller guards.
Well, it's one way to try to slow her down on offense is make her play as much defense as possible.
Tire her out on defense, yes.
Lisa no good on her first free throw. Season high 12 points for the youngster. Gets the second free throw to go. 8 plays 9. 3 minutes 20 left in this first quarter. Trying to thread the needle. Somehow stays with and forces the contact. Armstrong is going to head to the line.
Bellerine does a great job of penetrating, and they're just finding that little dump pass to the post that's generally sitting around that charge circle, especially if helpline has to come across. The second line of defense isn't actually there in a position to help, and they manage to get that little dump pass off quite regularly.
So then what do Bulleen have to switch up or improve on to try to cut that off? Because they've clearly gone to it the last couple of times. It's resulted in a number of free throws and a number of easy baskets.
Yeah, do you help from the corner guard and put a guard in a position where they're going to step over and be the split line so then the big can stay with the big? Or, do we have the guard try and sit on top of that post player, just trying to deter that pass?
Gets to the ring, finishes through the contact, just beating the buzzer. Marcucci. She's heading to the line for a chance at a three-point play. Alicia Marcucci at the line. Three-point play, and that's the lead as well. 12 plays 9. And turning the screws on defense right now are the Boomers. Bellerine struggling to get the ball inside. The three's no good, but hustling for the rebound, can't keep it in.
Bulleen looks like they've really stepped up their defense, just even hedging in the lane for that penetration now. It is just kind of deterring Bellerine from going all the way to the basket.
Shot clock at 15 here for the Boomers. Want to go into the paint. Rentala making the most of that size advantage. More free throws here for the Boomers.
Jamie Crombie's got her work cut out for her. She's an undersized 4-man. She's actually a 3-man that shoots the 3-ball really well, but just given that Retstadt had gone home during the season, she's had to kind of fill into that 4 role to give Hall and Armstrong a rest. So through the season, she's done a really good job playing that role. And, yeah, unfortunately, she's got a bit of a size disadvantage against Rentala, Zugner and Van Ness tonight.
Case in point, there's the offensive rebound. Can't finish with the left. Ken Zugner, who's just checked in. 2 feet in the paint, drawing another whistle. Bellerine looking really strong when they're able to get into the paint, which they've struggled with at times, but when the ball's getting in there, they're either getting 2 points or going to the free throw line.
Yeah, which is very much Bellerine style of play. They do penalise you. Once they get in the paint, they can either find a dump pass, they're getting a shot up, or they're finding a kick-out 3, especially those corner spots. You'll find Armstrong, Varley, even Vert sitting in those corners there, and a knockdown 3 is just deadly after you've done all the work inside to protect the paint.
2 minutes left in this opening quarter. 11 plays 13. It's been neck and neck this entire way through so far. Pretty clear that Bulleen want to get inside or take a wide open three. That one's a little bit too strong by Hedge, but they get it right back. Rintala, no good from beyond the arc. A third look here for Bulleen.
They have been massive on the O boards, just getting extra possessions, extra shots. And here we can see Caitlin Van Ness getting to the free throw line again.
Well, really making the most of that size advantage. Even when Jenny Rintala is launching threes from 2 steps beyond the arc. Van Ness right there doing the grunt work inside.
Something that I find that Bulleen is really good at doing is playing out of the pick and roll. We haven't quite seen that this first quarter. I'd like to see them get to it, because when they get to it, it's the guard coming downhill and is the screener's defense. Are they getting there to help, or are they going to find the roller? They do a really good job of finding both, I guess. So I'd like to see a little bit more pick and roll action from Bulleen.
Straight might have got away with the travel, but ball stays with Bellerine. Lovely dump off pass. Tough look with the hands right in your face. The basketball gods on the side of Bulleen. As we're down to the final minute now.
Little gets action. Hedge getting her feet in the paint.
Here's that pick and roll, but Bellerine turning the screws on defensively. Shot clock down to 3. Inside to Rintala. And that's a tick in the box of Bellerine. 24 solid seconds of defense. 2 will tie us back up. But as the shot clock gets down to red numbers, Straight has to make something happen. Short mid-range, not quite there. Shot clock's turned off, and
that short corner is generally a sweet spot for Hall, but I feel like she just hasn't found her feet in this game just yet.
They're just going to let this clock run down. 3 from the wing, too strong. Another offensive rebound. And Van Ness walks in for the easiest points of the game on the buzzer and gives Bulleen a 4-point lead. 15 plays 11. It took a couple of minutes, but once nerves kind of calmed down a little bit, both teams started to really get going. Bulleen just seemed like they've settled a bit earlier and a bit nicer into the start of this game.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Even just the pick and roll action there for Bulleen. I think once they just ease into it a little bit, I think they're rushing some of the finishes at the rim. I think once they settle in this second quarter, we'll see them connect on a few more.
And right as that quarter ended, the computer did die, so don't have the stats right in front of us right now. We're trying to scramble to get the numbers, but at least from the eye test, we could see that Bellerine on their offense, when they were getting the ball in the paint, it was looking good a lot of the time. Good decisions were being made, and maybe they didn't make all of their shots, but when they were being strangled and forced to just kind of play from outside the 3, that was really playing into what Bulleen were really wanting them to do.
Yeah, as you said, once they took away the penetration and the hedging that was happening from Bulleen, it just kind of deflated Bellerine's play. They weren't getting as many looks as they would like in positions where they would generally score from. So a lot of outside shots going up, not really within the offense.
So then how do you, as the or if you were coaching Bellerine, what are you changing up on the offense to try and fix that?
Oh, what would I fix?
I know you're not coaching anymore. One last time before you can have a bit of a break.
I think probably just getting into their offense, getting off a few pick and rolls. Obviously, that's really good play. Bellerine do a great job of sharing the ball. They have good ball movement, so swinging it, being able to get a reversal. Maybe they'll get penetration on the weak side where, help defense is probably sleeping or not quite on split line yet. Obviously, the penetration has been really important to their offense. So, yeah, probably being able to swing that ball around to the other side, getting the penetration and seeing what comes of that.
It's about to get back underway. Bulleen with possession. 15 plays 11. Bellerine just their second year in the top flight in the Big V and immediately making a splash for the Boomers. Feels a little bit odd when they're not in the grand final after how dominant they've been recently, and they're looking to continue that as they immediately draw a foul.
Yeah, Mason has run a tight ship with the Bulleen Boomers for many years. They're a well-drilled team. They've got depth across the board. They know what they can all do, and they're not afraid to pass to their teammate to be able to make the next play.
Olivia Osborne called for that foul. Maddie Zugner to the line. Another one of these young gun bigs that Bulleen seem to have in spades. Lead now at 6 for them. 11 plays 17.
I've been super impressed with Hedge this season. Obviously, Amy Baum going down with injury and out for the season. Hedge has just stepped into that point guard role so well. Took her maybe a game to adjust to the minutes that she was playing, but she's been such a big contributor and just running floor general for Mason and the Boomers, and they've just been really, really successful with her in that role.
Beveridge with the block. 4 seconds here for the Storm. Tough three. An offensive rebound gives Bellerine a second chance. Aggressive take. Bit of an awkward pass, and
somehow managed to get a shot up there.
It's all looking a little bit uncomfortable for Bellerine on offense. Here is Hedge. Fakes the pass, gets to the ring.
She has a great knack for getting to the basket. I feel like when she does come off the pick and roll, getting downhill, she is one tough player to stop in there.
I mean, one of those players that seems to do a little bit of everything. Doesn't light up the scores, but 10 points, 3 boards, 4.5 assists. Bellerine have been stuck on this 11 for a good amount of time. A good chance here off the sloppy turnover. And the elbow jump shot goes, or the low block jump shot, I should say. Chantal Hall with a much-needed basket for Bellerine.
That'll give her a vote of confidence in this game and just will allow her to settle in and find herself on the offensive end.
Hedge tries to thread the needle. Staying with it is Zugner, but the shot clock didn't reset. And Bellerine with another chance.
Oof.
Sloppy pass. And Hedge just too strong at the ring. Got herself back in bounds. Zugner no good.
We've gone up and down a bit. Let's see if Bellerine are going to slow it down and get them through some offense.
Well, the basket here gives them a bit of momentum, but that's not going to help as Armstrong just ran out of real estate. And instead, we've got the timeout here called by the Bellerine Storm. 2.5 minutes gone in quarter number 2. 13 plays 19. It's been a very scrappy start to this second quarter, but in a weird way, it feels like Bulleen want to play that way, and they're kind of thriving in, trying to make something beautiful out of this chaos.
Yes, definitely looking to be disruptive and cause chaos. I feel like Tim definitely, that's a very Tim move to make a timeout. He'll definitely want to chat about it, especially about looking after the basketball and just having some turnovers there. So I'm sure he's just going to settle his team, get them into some structure and be able to get themselves on the board again.
Yeah, and taking a look at some of these stats, 5 offensive rebounds already for Bulleen. It feels like it's probably a little bit more than 5 if we're going by the eye test, at least. But dominating on the glass and really making the most of that size advantage. Is that the win condition for Bulleen in this game, is to, one, thrive in that chaos and then make the most of the very clear size advantage that they have?
I would say so. Like if that was me coaching Bulleen down there with all that height, I would be like, we want to dominate the boards, especially the O boards. That gets us an extra possession, means an extra shot, and just being able to extend a lead.
We've gone back to that size with Jenny Rintala checking back in. Here she is, ball in hand. Being harassed by this Bellerine team. I feel like the main message was defense coming out of that as they've turned up a notch or two in the intensity level. And they get the immediate stop out of the timeout as well, so that's a big win.
Looks like Bulleen was running a little flare screen there for Beveridge to get another 3-point off, and Bellerine did a really good job of recognising that and just even being able to try and contest it.
Oh, heavy contact. One official went offense, one went defense, and it's going to be an offensive foul in the end. Don't often see Jenny Rintala take too many charges, but when she's being run down head on, it's a pretty easy call for the officials.
Georgia Varley has really struggled to find herself offensively. She's been a big contributor for the Bellerine Storm and just, hasn't quite found her feet on the offensive end to be able to contribute.
And she heads straight down to the bench. Just looks like trying to catch her breath. There's not too many people I'd less want to run into at full speed than Jenny Rintala. She's one of the stronger people.
Yes, definitely.
Wide open three in the corner, and Bulleen have all the momentum right now. Mia Kallick welcoming herself into this game. Just like that, the margin is at 9. 22 plays 13. Straight.
A little bit of switching action there from Bulleen.
3 from the 45, goes down for Armstrong. Much needed basket there for the Storm.
She's definitely been the calm there for the Storm in this first half of the game. Being able to produce offensively, being able to get in and get rebounds.
Calm in the Storm, I like that one.
Yeah, she was, wasn't she?
Charlotte Armstrong just called for that foul. Megan Hedge back to the line. 4 years at Cameron University, all-time leader in points and in assists. That's a point guard if I've ever seen one.
Most definitely a point guard.
She's really, like you mentioned earlier, she's really thriving in this this unfortunate situation that she finds herself in with Amy Baum going down.
And I find that with Mason's program, players are ready. If the opportunity arises, whether that's from injury or unavailability, the next player steps up and they have absolutely thrived at the opportunity.
Next man up really has been the idea of this Bulleen team, especially in this bit of a run, this momentum that they've got, not just in this game, but in this entire playoffs as a whole.
Tiny bit too high there for Van Ness. But Hedges started to get into the paint and help has to come, and they're finding that wide open in that corner there. They've got a shooter sitting there. Forcing
the defense to make a decision is really a key of basketball as a whole, I feel like.
And I feel like the Bulleen team does a really good job of that. They're able to recognise who's helping, where are they, where's the advantage, who do I need to find, get the ball to.
Here's Hedge. 2 feet in the paint once again, but being well contained. Unbelievable defense there by the Bellerine Storm. Really carried by Olivia Vert, just not letting anything go, and that's got this Bellerine bench and the nice healthy crowd that they've brought with them. That's given them something to cheer about.
Vert is a fantastic defender. I find that she is solid across the floor. She harasses people up the court. She just gets in. You just don't get a chance with her, and I think that kind of holds this team together. She's a bit of a glue player for the Storm.
Straight struggled from the field in this game so far. Got good looks, just have not seen the bottom of the net. And there's this intense Bulleen D once again. The Storm bench want an offensive foul, but they're going to get the ball back regardless. Van Ness just tiptoeing out of bounds.
The sideline creeps up on you sometimes.
Did they not get the word that we were playing with the shrinking court?
Yeah.
Every quarter just shrinks a little bit. Halfway through this second term, 7-point lead to the Boomers. Aggressive take to the ring. And like you said, Olivia Vert, solid on both ends.
Bellerine actually play a little ISO action for her, so she quite regularly does get the opportunity to take one-on-one to the basket, and it either comes out of a little spin move layup, a floater, or she's at the free throw line. So good recognition to try and get her into the game offensively.
Timeout called by Bulleen. 23 plays 16. Jamie Hamilton, Monique Caporello bringing to the action in this game. 7 points feels like a pretty big margin in a game like this because Bellerine like to make this game really uncomfortable. They're the best in terms of opposition points per game. They only give up 59 points per game. But I feel like I've said this a couple of times. Bulleen prefer, or at least in this game, they seemingly being able to understand and kind of withstand the pressure and are thriving in this kind of slower, choppier kind of game.
Yes, yeah, it's definitely a choppy game. And I feel, it's 7 points, but 7 points.
It's only 7 points, but it is 7 points. In a game where there's only...
Every possession counts.
Yeah, in a game where there's less than 40 points combined so far, 7 points feels like it's a bit of a buffer.
It is.
So Vert to the line. Has a season high 28 points. So she can get some buckets. Double figures in 13 of her 23 games.
She's certainly a quiet achiever, but a very big contributor to Bellerine's success.
She's got her first 2 points of the game.
I feel like I could say that about Bellerine's entire team. Just everyone could have a double-digit night offensively, and it's just like, whose night is it going to be?
It's kind of the blessing and the curse of playing such a small rotation.
Yes, yes.
Well contained by Marcucci. Playing some really solid defense and forcing the stop. And Ness kept her feet inside that time. No, she didn't. I spoke too soon.
Oh. Commentator's curse.
She's
just on that baseline.
She's gone both sidelines and now the baseline. Must be wearing new shoes that are a size too big. But that's another stop here for the Storm. A basket and we're back at a one-possession game just like that.
Just a little bit stagnant on the offense there.
And they get the ball moving. Off-balance shot. Still somehow manages to go down. Courtney Hollywood.
If anything, she's going to pull up for a little baby J. She's not one to take it in all the way. She obviously knows her size and has just crafted that little tiny baby jump shot there.
And Tala can't get it to go. Bellerine have the chance to tie with a 3. Still 3 minutes left in this second quarter. All the way to the ring, gets the bounce. We've got a 1-point ball game.
And that is what Vert does well. She gets to the rim and she can finish in a multiple avenues. So, as I said before, she loves a little spin move and just has a knack for getting to the basket.
So another timeout call. That's the last timeout for the Boomers in this first half. 23 plays 22. A tick under 3 minutes left. Bellerine having all the momentum right now, and I feel like for a team that's been so strong all year, they knew that Bulleen were going to come into this game carrying the momentum of what they did in the previous weeks to make it here, and just being able to withstand it and kind of trust that the shots are going to start falling, the defense is going to start clicking, and just being able to stay the course and ride the wave.
Yeah, most definitely. Obviously, as you said, Bulleen, having played every single week up until this week, Bellerine, first week off of finals. Then they play Pakenham, win that and go straight into the grand final, getting another week off. So obviously being able to keep momentum at training, to be able to bring that into this game, I feel like we're seeing that now.
It's almost the blessing and the curse of finishing on top of the ladder. And
because you're going to have 2 weeks off. Well, 1 week you win and then you get another one off. So, yeah, it can be a bit of a curse.
In that game against Pakenham, they did win by 21 points. It was
quite a convincing win.
No disrespect to Pakenham, but it's not the hardest of games in the end.
Yes.
Now back to a 1 point game. Bulleen still with this lead. Van Ness just walks in far too easy.
And there you see her guard-like skills that she's been working on all season coming out now that Zugner and Rintala are on the floor. Very big 5 on the floor.
Yeah, this is really making the most of that size advantage right now. Trying to thread the needle, no good. Zugner gets the steal and gets pulled down for a trouble. Foul called on Hall. It must be so lucky to have the size that they do, but then the ability to play those bigs in a guard position or in a, with this kind of era of point forwards. They've really lent into that.
They sure have.
He's looking at someone that I remember watching back in her junior days at Nunawading, and she's really flourished and made the most of that momentum. Here she is, right on cue. Easiest 2 points for her this game.
And just being able to switch in and out, who's going to be inside the paint, who's got the mismatch. It's definitely going to be something that it's going to, Bellerine really need to have a look at. How are they going to defend all 3 of them on the floor?
Straight gets called, draws the foul, excuse me. Hedge called for the foul, 2 free throws. And especially when the bigs that they have can also step out and knock down the 3 ball as well. It's an ever-living nightmare for oppositions.
It definitely adds another dimension to the Bulleen team.
Straight 86% from the free throw line during the regular season. And she's 2 for 2 that time. 3 point game. 100 seconds left in this first half.
Rintala wants it inside. She's gone straight into the block.
Trying to find her, but Bellerine switching up their defense once again. Hedge has to go herself. No, kicks it out. Zugner didn't touch the net. And eventually the shot clock violation call comes. And Bellerine are going to use their final timeout as well. Minute 15 left in this first half. 24 plays 27. It's been hovering around this kind of 1 to 4 point margin coming out of Bellerine's timeout. So they've cut the lead, they've cut the deficit by a basket, which is a win. But they feel like they can have the lead going into halftime right now. They've really turned the screws on. Yeah,
most definitely. And as you said, it was a 7 point game before. Now cut it in half. It's right there to be to take the lead and have that momentum going into the second half.
So what changed coming out of that timeout? I know it's only one basket, but even from the eye test, it looks different from Bellerine's perspective. So what has changed, at least from that first quarter, maybe into this second quarter, because they look a lot better. They look a lot more comfortable.
It looks like there's a lot more movement on the floor. They've got a player that's swinging along the baseline. They've got another player lifting, and they're getting a little bit of ISO penetration action off of that. And that's what I think. Just the movement in general looks like not as stagnant as what it was in the first quarter.
And they gave Olivia Vert the ball a few times. That also helped as well.
Definitely. She got her feet in the paint and got a couple good little finishes there.
So, Storm ball coming out of the timeout. Straight, who's had a pretty rough start to this game. That's not going to help as Armstrong gets called for dragging that pivot foot.
did try to look at the little two-man pick-and-roll game, had nothing, and then they tried to get into a little three-side action. Unfortunately, Armstrong just a little shuffle of the feet.
So down to the final minute, Van Ness tiptoeing the baseline as usual, throws the ball away.
Hollywood wants to go.
Up fake all the way to the ring. Tough finish for Armstrong.
Armstrong recognised that defence was running at her. She's made 2 threes already, so being able to just recognise a little pump fake and get to the basket.
Zugner responding in the low block. She's had a pretty feisty start to this game.
She sure has, being able to contribute offensively, just little putbacks.
Shot clock and game clock about 2 seconds different. So Varley's going to hold the ball. Trying to get a good look. The screen comes straight, wide open. Can't get that three to go. Zugner's just going to hold the ball, dribble it out, and at halftime it's a 3-point lead to the Bulleen Boomers. 29 plays 26. They've come to play in this game. They are not afraid of what Bellerine have done throughout the regular season.
Yeah, no, I think Bulleen, obviously last year, having lost the grand final, back here again, I'm sure they feel like there's a bit of redemption and that this grand final should be theirs.
Absolutely right. Just taking a look at some of the major stats for this game, and it really has been, for Bulleen, it's been do it by committee. No players in double figures, only 2 players who have hit more than 1 field goal. Van Ness leading the way with 7 points. Maddie Zugner, she's got 6 points off the bench. So it's clearly there's an emphasis on the bigs, but it must be so difficult for Bellerine because they're not just trying to stop one player, they're trying to stop this whole team, and Bulleen are just happy to give it to whoever's open.
Yeah. Obviously, I just had a little peek at the offensive rebounds there for Bulleen. We've got Marcucci, she's got 2 O-boards. Van Ness, 2. Rintala, 3. Zugner, she's got 2 as well. So, yeah, just by committee, they're just all there on the O-boards, ready to collect, just giving them extra opportunities. And
then on the side of Bellerine, it's been pretty tough going on the offense for them. 8 of 30 from the field, less than 27%. And for Courtney Strait, 1 of 5 specifically. She's normally, such a bucket and kind of a go-to player for Bellerine, but when your superstars not getting it going, the fact that they're only 3 points down is credit to them, but that must be so frustrating for her specifically.
Yeah, and I think, Strait, she's such a great player and she's obviously a big leader to the Storm. So I don't think she will dwell on the first half too much. I think she's a calm and collected kind of player and she can turn it on. Georgia Varley, same, big contributor. She's got 0 points at the moment, but, I think she'll settle herself in. She was a little bit fiery there after having that offensive foul. I think she'll settle in, and the Storm need her too. Being a big scorer for them, she really needs to come and contribute.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break here, but the second half not too far away at the main break. It's the Bulleen Boomers with a 3-point advantage over Bellerine. 29 plays 26. Halftime here in the state champ women's grand finals. It's a 3-point lead to the Bulleen Boomers, 29 to Bellerine Storms 26. Jamie Hamilton and Monique Caporello here, just trying to catch our breath, trying to make it up these stairs. There's a lot of stairs. Crowd really starting to feel in. Of course, immediately after this, it's the men's turn in the state champ men's grand final. And for this game, Monique, it really has been dominated by Bulleen's bigs on both ends of the floor, but specifically 13 offensive rebounds in that first half.
Yes, yeah, the offensive rebounds have been key for Bulleen, and I think, you know, if Bellerine can contain them on the O boards, I think they're going to really push this game. They'll even probably see themselves get up. But yeah, I think protecting that is probably going to be key for Bellerine coming into this quarter.
So being as not undersized, but being as outsized as Bellerine are, what do they have to do? What do they try to do at least? Known for their defense, how do they try and contain this Bulleen team that have, you know, 3, 4, maybe even 5 players that are bigger than everyone on this Bellerine team?
Yeah, I think probably physicality. That's Bellerine's style of play, being physical on defense, just being able to, you know, lead players into position, and just, yeah, trying to push Rintala out of the paint, Van Ness and Zugner, keeping them off the glass, and then just being able to contain the guards, not being open board.
We're back underway here in quarter number 3. Bulleen starting with possession. Rintala no good on 3. Van Ness once again making herself acclimatized to the sidelines.
Bellerine did a really good job. They jumped out, hedged that pick and roll there, forcing the kick back out to Rintala, just keeping them away from the basket.
With all the praise we've been giving to Bulleen in this game, it is still just a 3-point margin. Maybe credit to how strong Bellerine have been this entire year. Courtney Strait, 1 of 5 from the field in the first half. Starts off quarter number 3 with a miss.
Offensive end, that possession looked really good for Bellerine. You know, shots will drop. Just got to be able to keep getting through their offense.
Beveridge gets to the ring, draws the whistle. And Bulleen have done a really good job of forcing the officials to make a call, getting aggressive, getting to the ring. You know, putting the ball in the court of the officials, pardon the pun, but, you know, making decisions be made. And like we mentioned in that first half, making anyone make a decision is really powerful in basketball. Yeah,
definitely. And I also want to give Beveridge some credit. She's really improved this season. She's known as a knockdown three-point shooter. She is starting to develop her game and being able to take the ball off the dribble. So glad that she's actually implementing that in this game as well.
Like we mentioned, she still does shoot 47% from 3. And there she is on defense. Massive rejection out of bounds.
The bench absolutely loved that. All of them up on their feet.
So 7 seconds on the shot clock here. Straight, stuck at the free throw line. Varley getting aggressive. And that's another win for the Bulleen defense. Almost got away with it. Thought she did for a second. And the travel eventually came.
She did play it off pretty well, though. Here we go.
Turnover number 12 for the Boomers.
It's pretty high. They generally take care of the ball really, really well.
Yeah, they average 19 turnovers a game, which is in the better half of the league, unfortunately. Contained the turnover. Lovely pass leading to Van Ness, who finishes off.
Fantastic read. Just seeing that her player was cheating and stepped up the line to try and deter a handoff, and she just back cut straight to the basket. Great recognition from Marcucci as well to see that read.
straight. Finds some space. Big hit for her. Big hit for the Storm as well.
That'll be really big for her confidence.
Just her second field goal this game.
Another back cut there.
Another nice finish for Van Ness. Probably could have got the and one as well.
Beautiful, beautiful read and a great find by Hedge as well on that bounce pass.
Second assist, excuse me, for Hedge. Van Ness starting to knock down a couple of shots. Strong box out by Rintala. Here's Van Ness once again. Aggressive to the ring. Called for the offensive foul. A little bit too out of control. And a pretty easy call in the end for the officials.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen her play off 2 feet. Obviously getting to the rim super important, but having straight already standing there, would have loved to have seen her land on 2, be able to make that pivot, step through. That's probably where she needs to take her game to next.
Aggressive take to the ring, gets the bounce, does Marcucci.
I think that was Vert.
Vert, excuse me. Rintala thought about the 3. Van Ness says, I'll take it. No good. That's going to stay with the Boomers.
Paul working really hard there with Rintala, just boxing her out and trying to keep her off the O-glass.
35 plays 31. Quick shot off the inbound is all the bottom of the net.
Not the player you want to be leaving open, especially on a Bulleen baseline play. She is the knockdown 3-point shooter, and she's had great success all season long on baselines, getting a 3-ball up.
I was going to say, that was definitely a play that they've run once or twice before.
Most definitely.
Beveridge whistled for the foul.
Varley really working hard, trying to get herself to the free throw line, trying to get herself going offensively, and just being harassed on defense.
Yeah, yet to trouble the scorers in this game, Varley. 0 of 7 from the field. Ball's deflected, and it's going to go the way of the Boomers.
Straight didn't think that came off her, but Bulleen's been rewarded with the ball.
Natalia Leeson just in the game and causing disruptions immediately. And here's Hedge. The Bellerine coaching staff really starting to get involved in this game. Beveridge once again, no good. Nearly comes up with the O board.
You'll see that Vert is also now defending Beveridge. Probably a strategic move in trying to get her onto the shooter. See if we can lock down Beveridge and just not let her get away from the Storm.
Vert getting aggressive to the ring, forcing the whistle. She's got a pair of free throws coming. Van Ness called for that foul.
Crombie's just come in, replacing Hall, giving her a break.
Second foul on Van Ness as Vert goes to the line. 68% this season. I'd like to see that go up a little bit, but far from the worst. Knocks them down when they count. 5-point margin now, 4 minutes gone in this third quarter. 38 plays 33, and that's 3 fouls already on Bulleen, so only one more to give for the second half of this third quarter.
Might have been an adjustment at halftime from Bellerine, obviously recognising that it was 4 fouls to 1 in the second quarter. And Bellerine probably made that adjustment. We've got to do exactly what Bulleen's doing to us.
Oh, Van Ness just wanted it more than everyone else. Another offensive rebound and another second chance point for the Boomers. Van Ness being aggressive once again. Vert, a little bit off balance at the ring. All the way to the ring. Can't finish, but draws the foul. Megan Hedge We talk about the importance of the bigs in this game so far, but Bulleen looked best when the ball is in the hands of Hedge, because she's always making the right decisions.
She has exceptional floor vision and is able to just recognise. I feel like she's a true point guard, okay? They have a knack for just being able to see beyond the defence. All right, we can see defence in front, who's stepping across, where is the open man, and she just has a great knack of finding it and just being able to get that ball there with assertiveness.
Halfway through this third quarter, timeout called by the Storm. 40 plays 33. The margin hasn't gone beyond 7 pretty much at all this entire game.
The 7-point buffer.
Right now, with the pair of free throws, pretty likely that it's going to go beyond that. Are you worried right now if you're the Bellerine coaching staff?
I wouldn't be worried. I feel that Bellerine have a really... how do I want to put it? Their ability to be able to close a gap in a matter of possessions, maybe 3 possessions, is exceptional. There's been regular games where they have been down at the back end of games, 7 points, and you think it's a done deal, and here they come and they're forcing overtime, or they end up getting up by about 6 or 5 points. So
we know how good we've harped on it throughout this game, but how good their defense can be. They are the #1 defensive team in this division. We haven't seen it so far this game, but they can turn it on. Like you said, they can turn it on the flip of a switch. And you just have no doubt that this fourth quarter, they're really going to lock in when it's winning time.
Yeah, we haven't seen their full potential on defense just yet. But yeah, it can go as a matter of a switch into a zone or a press, even just trapping a first pass. They just have the ability to do that.
So the margin is at 9 right now. 3's no good. And Tyler pulling down another board. That's number 9. That's number 10 for her, excuse me. So she moves into double figures.
Crombie got a hand to that one. Just able to find it.
The up fake gets to the ring, no good. Now numbers advantage the way of the Boomers. But that ball's dribbled out of bounds.
I'd really like to see a good, solid possession here from the Storm. We've had a few up and down. I'd just like to see them get through their offense. That's when they are best, when the ball is moving.
Straight, no good from the elbow. Rebound number 11 for Rintala. Let's go with her 3 points.
Momentum is going with Bulleen at the moment, and the jump shot from the elbow was still quite a good look from straight. However, just no teammates were in the paint to be able to support her on the O glass.
Rintala just shrugs through the defense and gets wide open under the ring. For the first time this game, it's a double-figure margin. 44 plays 33. Momentum all the way of the team that finished 4th on the ladder. There's another block. Beveridge, that's block number 2 for her. Here she is in rhythm. Can't get the bounce. Bellerine in desperate need of a basket.
Can they settle and find something, a high-quality basket? Oh.
Foul gets called on the drive.
They're really trying to make something happen on penetration. I just feel like Bellerine are a little bit stunned at the moment. Offensively, they don't really have anything that they can go to that's been consistently working. Varley comes in now for Vert. So, been a bit challenging.
Rintala called for her first foul. She takes a seat on the bench. Straight, no good. Strong box out there by Talia Elise, and she's looked solid in a couple of minutes in this third quarter.
She has been, and she does a really good job of just coming in and doing her role.
It's way too easy for Mia Calic. Just walks right down the middle of the paint
Another young player flourishing at opportunity. She plays with the youth league team, trains full-time with the senior team, and obviously when opportunity arises, she gets minutes, and she's been a contributor.
Absolutely. Great containing D. 3 off the side of the backboard. And that one didn't even touch the ring either. Bellerine absolutely in all sorts right now. This margin continues to grow. And a jump ball called. It is going to go the way of the Storm. But a chance for everyone to just take a deep breath.
Deep breath. This is a good opportunity. Stop in play. Gives Storm the opportunity now to go and run something.
Marcucci in for Bulleen. Chantel Hall coming in for the Storm. 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Probably the most important minutes right now for this game, it feels like.
Especially for momentum. If Bellerine's going to claw back a deficit, they've got to go now.
Yeah, has to be. It feels like it has to be in single figures going into three-quarter time.
Yeah, I feel like if it's double digits, it's a big climb to come back from.
It's a psychological difference. The difference between 9 points and 10 points almost makes you feel like you're still in the game.
Well, I like to think 9 points is just a 3-point, three possessions. Just being over the 10-point mark is a climb.
Three's no good there for Varley. Bellerine trying to turn the screws defensively, but all the way to the ring. No good there by Calic. Bellerine just needing a good possession right now.
Bulleen, however, have been super disciplined in their offense, and it's just opening up.
Massive three for Jamie Crombie. The most needed basket this game, but responded immediately. Talia Leeson walks in for an easy two, and that feels like that sums up the game right now.
It does, and all credit to Leeson. She's a spark off the bench.
Van Ness was very happy with that block. Made sure that Georgia Varley knew about that one.
You know what? She's just enjoying herself now, and that's what you're supposed to in a grand final. Just enjoy the game.
With how well she's been playing in this finals, if anyone deserves to be happy, it's her. As Straight finally knocks down her second field goal. Oh, her third field goal, excuse me.
10 points. Oh, nice little pick of the pocket by Hollerwood, and she finishes with a 2 as well.
And just like that, the margin's within single figures.
And the flick of the switch has gone on defensively for the Storm.
Absolutely has. Hollywood called for that foul. That's just the third team foul, so still have one to give should they want to use it. And the shot clock, game clock virtually in sync. Big swing pass. Bulleen not worried about the last possession of the quarter. That shot's no good.
Storm have got to go.
7 seconds. Hollywood. Lovely dump off pass. Off the back of the ring for Hall. But as we turn for home, the margin has been cut back in within single figures. 48 plays 40. It felt that first 8.5 minutes was complete Bulleen domination. But Bellerine just reminding everyone that, hey, we were the best team in the conference this entire season. But right now, this, like I mentioned, the last 2 minutes of that third quarter, the first 2 minutes of this final quarter really makes or breaks this game.
Yes, definitely. And I feel like Bellerine just kind of switched it on. Hopefully the momentum stays for the next 10 minutes. It'll be crucial. Obviously, 8 points. That's 3 possessions. I think they've really got to come out and stay locked in for the full 10. I feel like their rotations from the bench haven't been as quick as they usually would. And I feel like there are some players that are getting a bit fatigued out there. So we'll see if they start to continually use their bench.
Well, for Bellerine, They've been led by Charlotte Armstrong. She has 11 points. One of the only Bellerine player who's been shooting well. She's 4 of 8 from the field, shooting at 50%. Courtney Strait saw her knock down a couple of shots in that third quarter, but Bellerine really need her to find her radar in this fourth quarter if they want to get back into this game.
And I imagine that Bulleen would have had a pretty big target for Strait, just being their consistent scorer throughout the entire season. There would be a big focal on her, make sure that every shot that she's taking is a difficult one. She's got to work exceptionally hard, which is just fatiguing her. So I imagine that would have been part of Bulleen's scout this game.
And in the same vein, Georgia Varley, 0 of 9 from the field in this game. She has been working incredibly hard, but just has not found any sort of rhythm on the scoring side of things in this one.
Yeah. Too hard and not just allowing it to come to her organically.
Bellerine immediately doubling Hedge, just not wanting her to touch the ball at all as a foul gets called, much to the chagrin of the Bellerine bench.
And I think their bus as well. They all felt that one.
So ball stays with the Boomers. 15 on the shot clock. And they come up with the steal. Straight. Hopefully that'll get her going.
And that's just a great change up on the on-ball. As I said, that Bulleen was doing a really, really good job of composure and coming off of it, and now they are hedging hard, trapping it.
Oh, wow.
And look at that, another stop.
They are turning on the screws, like you mentioned. The switch has certainly been flicked right now.
And you know what? It takes a great team to be able to make that adjustment on the fly, that we've gone from, a soft hedge to a hard hedge and a trap. And just even the help rotation. Obviously, Strait got her hands to a steal before from a pass, so credit to them.
8 seconds here. Whipping this ball around Strait. Just rattles out. How do the Boomers withstand this run that Bellerine are inevitably going to make? Van Ness draws the whistle.
I think that's your answer there, Van Ness.
That's not a bad shout, honestly.
She has made exceptional decisions offensively. Just being able to take the ball off the dribble, back cut, post up, shoot the 3 ball. She's doing it all tonight.
Hall called for that foul. That's number 2 for her. Rintala ejected back into the game as Zugner takes a seat. Van Ness to the line. He was 1 of 3 before that one, 2 of 4 now. 13 points for Caitlin Van Ness. 11 rebounds as well.
Bedbridge just saved that one in.
Oh, and Van Ness. That's another easy 2. Margin back out to 9. Clock not a factor, not a massive factor yet, but Bellerine got to start knocking down some shots. Varley blocked at the summit. Marcucci, she has played some unbelievable defense in this game. Now the ball is in the hands of the right player for Bulleen. Hedge.
The facilitator.
Oh, extra pass.
The ball movement of Bulleen is incredibly.
Oh, that is picture perfect basketball right there by the Boomers. That could not have gone any better.
And that is such Bulleen basketball. They pass the ball exceptionally well, and they just make the extra pass, right? Good shot, great shot.
Oh, responded by Strait. There's that confidence, it never left.
Just the experience coming out of her there in that shot. She knew her team needed a shot and managed to knock that one down.
Yeah, the ability as the offensive foul gets called. Rintala is bemused at the whistle. Didn't think she did a whole lot wrong, and Based on your reaction, I dare say you agree.
I think she was a bit surprised that she got pinned for that one, but it might have just been a little shuffle of the feet.
Oh.
An area
That's
of
a diplomatic response, and I like it.
You know what? It is an area of emphasis of the referees this season was the screening.
Well, they're going to get the ball right back as that's off the foot of Olivia Vert. And the basketball gods are still watching. They were watching in quarter number 1. They're still here in quarter number 4. They've been treated to a very interesting game, that's for sure. Margin at 9 points. Dared to shoot. Hedge no good. Off the fingertips of Rintala, says the official. And the last minute or so for Jenny Rintala has been a frustrating one.
Yes, well, Hall didn't want to make that switch with Hollowwood. She wanted to get back to Rintala, obviously knowing that there was a big mismatch. So they both ended up, giving her a bit of a physical battle down there in the paint.
Well, that was one thing that you mentioned at halftime that Bellerine needed to do, is bring the physicality, and might have taken an extra quarter, but they've started to bring it, and they're refusing to go away in this game. 54 plays 47.
Here's that mismatch with Rintala and Hollowwood.
Oh, too much mustard on that pass by Hedge. Oh, and then a hospital pass picked off very easily by the Boomers.
I feel like turnovers in this fourth quarter, I feel like they're going to be amplified just because it is now a factor. The time is crunching. It's only going down from here, so being able to look after the ball is super important.
Vert's going to go to the line. Following this timeout, Bulleen calling one. 47 plays 54, a tick over 6 minutes left in this game. And the heat has been brought up in this game. It's hot up here. It's hot on the floor. 6 minutes and 11 seconds and a 7-point margin. Now, I mentioned earlier about that 7-point margin and how it feels like a bit of a gap. But right now, as the intensity's turned up, and especially coming back from what was at one point a 12-point margin,
yes,
7 feels a lot closer now than it did in that second quarter.
Yeah, and I think this is a great timeout now for Bellerine, just to regroup. Obviously, the hard hedging and the trapping is very taxing on the players, so perfect timing for the timeout. They can regroup, refocus. Are we going to go that again? Jump it, maybe even for the first 2 minutes. And then, hopefully we can break that barrier of 3 or 4 points, make it a 2-point game, pinch the lead. It'd be really exciting to see what they come out with in the next 2 minutes.
Well, we mentioned this Bellerine defense and how they're number one in pretty much every stat. But one thing that I just found interesting is they averaged 12.5 fouls, which is the fewest. They've already committed 14 in this game, still with over 6 minutes to go. And that's clearly something that Bulleen have noticed really well and have, done a really good job of kind of countering the scout.
Yeah, definitely. And, obviously they've brought up the physicality. Probably going to give up a few extra fouls in that as well.
Especially the size mismatch which we've mentioned. But that feels like it's not been negated, but kind of been slowed down. Not as much emphasis on the bigs in the second half as it has been in the first.
Yeah, definitely.
Lovely pass from Rintala out to the shooter on the wing. No good.
They do get another possession though.
The offensive rebound slowed down in quarter number 3. And they come up with another stop. Rintala, those go-go gadget arms getting in the way. There's just that veteran experience of Jenny Rintala, but the defense is still there.
As mentioned, Bellerine gone back to trapping that on ball, which has been super successful for them. So, hopefully they can run it a little bit longer and be able to just close in.
One thing that you mentioned to me before we went on air was the amount of different defensive looks that Bellerine have as Van Ness just muscles her way through the ring. That they can throw a zone, they can throw a trap, they can throw a press, and they can junk it up. They can, switch up after first pass, second pass, just have so many pages in that book. And right now, they're really having to use every single one of them right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Van Ness at the free throw line. 17 points, 12 rebounds, a couple of assists, a couple of steals, a block. There's another and one opportunity.
That was massive for Bulleen. Rintala obviously enjoyed it as well. That's definitely a possession that kind of breaks you back off the free throw.
Yep.
Get the putback, now the and one opportunity.
Margin is at 9, and that's the 4th team foul as well for Bellerine. So Bulleen shooting bonus free throws for the final 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Straight with a hand in her face, doesn't matter.
Absolutely refusing to give up. She's just been their go-to on offense.
And a foul called in the backcourt, and Hollywood does not like it. Might have been a bit lucky to not be given an extra foul of the technical variety, but that's bonus free throws.
I feel like that's championship basketball as well, The emotions are high, the stakes are high, so are they going to get away with a little bit extra emotion on the game?
Let the strings be a little bit longer.
A little bit longer, I think so.
Hedge. 5 points, make it 6. 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. But what she's done that doesn't show up on the stat sheet is absolutely lead this team. A little bit of space for the 3 is no good.
I feel like Bellerine are playing a bit of rushed offense there, just trying to force up a 3 just to try and close that gap as quickly as possible. Probably not the best shot to take, but yeah, they're trying to go as quickly as they can now.
Still 4 minutes 40. It's not panic stations whatsoever, but Bellerine, like you said, feel like they're rushing themselves a little bit as Hedge can't finish at the ring. Still an eternity in this ball game. Wide open 3, doesn't go, but a rare offensive rebound by the Storm. Hollywood just off. And that radar is not their friend right now. 4 of 21 from beyond the arc in this game. And for a team that is statistically the best three-point shooting team in this league, that's not going to help as Van Ness. She is such a she has been everywhere in this game. She is such a headache. She's going to head back to the line with these bonus free throws to potentially get the margin back out to double figures.
I've had the privilege of watching her for the past 3 seasons, and from season 1 that I was assistant coach with Sunbury to now, like the improvement that she's had and just expanding her game has been exponential. She's gone from being inside in the post only to extending to the three-point line to now being able to take the ball off the dribble from the three-point line. Just makes her extremely hard to guard, especially with her height on her side.
So timeout called, margin is out to 10, 52 plays 62, and just staying on Caitlin Van Ness. We talk about the amount that Megan Hedge has had to step up with Bulleen losing Amy Baum, but I feel like Caitlin has really stepped up in the scoring department, has really made up for those points and those rebounds. Baum was averaging almost a triple-double. She was about 11 points, about 8 rebounds, and about 8 assists in her few games that she played before she went down with that injury.
An incredible stat line, might I add.
But for Caitlin Van Ness, 12.4 points, almost 9 rebounds, 1 and a bit assists, 1.5 steals, and 1.2 blocks. Yep. So is just absolutely, there's a reason she's nominated as a finalist for Youth Player of the Year, because she has led this team not only as their captain, but on both ends of the floor, and specifically we saw that in their game last week against Pakenham, where she shot the lights out and had that 37-point domination of a game.
Also, I feel like we should probably mention that Jenny Rintala had a really disrupted first half of the season. So Van Ness was predominantly playing the 5 for that first half of the season. There was a lot of in and outs through the season for Bulleen, and they've just kind of steadied the wave the entire time.
Much needed basket for Courtney Hollywood. Big 3. Immediately that margin is brought back into single figures. 55 plays 62. Inside to Zugner. Gets her own rebound. Finishes through the contact. Picking up from where she left off in that first half.
And just on that hard hedge, obviously Hall got stuck out there with hedge. Hollywood had to go with the rolling Zugner, and then just one extra pass and then inside the paint to the mismatch.
Converts a 3-point play. Zugner has 6 points and 7 rebounds in this game. Oh, and there's another turnover. Just ran out of real estate. And Bulleen can run some clock if they choose to. That ball's knocked out of bounds. 11 seconds on the shot clock.
I feel like that Bellerine just haven't found their feet offensively. There hasn't been any real consistency. Nothing that they've been able to go, here we got a great score out of it. Let's keep going back to it until they make a change on defense. Unfortunately, we just haven't seen that tonight for the Storm, which, they are a well-drilled offensive team as well.
The second in points per game, 81.3 points a game. And when you've got the best defense and, the second best offense, clearly has not just quite been their night in this game. That's not going to help whatsoever. And have a look at that Bulleen bench. They are really up and about right now. Riding every possession as the margin is still in double figures. 55 plays 65, and the clock becoming a massive factor right now. A tick under 3 minutes to go. Beveridge from the corner, no good. Zugner, another offensive rebound, but she throws it straight in the lane of Georgia Varley.
Hedge has made a really good adjustment there with the hard hedging of the bigs, and she's just kind of pulled back into a little bit of a retreat, allowing the big to slip and being able to find them.
Well defended by Straight. Had the size disadvantage, but read it perfectly, but ran into a brick wall named Caitlin Van Ness. If you want to know what perfect big defense is, verticality, watch that play over and over again. You could not have done that any better. There's still time, but they got to go quick. Varley does not like that call. Thought that shot had a hand on it, or thought she got fouled.
Has not been her night tonight offensively.
Frustrating game for Georgia Varley. 0 of 10 from the field. Courtney Straight is doing some nice things on defense in these last few possessions. But that three's no good. It almost feels like Bellerine have put the cue in the rack.
Van Ness says, I'll keep going.
Any chance to get more buckets. She's absolutely going to make the most of it. Timeout called by the Storm. Margin is out to an equal game high, 12 points, 67, plays 55. Chantal Hall took an uncomfortable hit and is taking an extra second to get to the bench. But for the Boomers, this has to mean, I mean, obviously it means so much to them, but coming from 4th place, riding this momentum, and specifically riding the momentum of Caitlin Van Ness, who leads all scorers with 19 points, or equal, I should say, with Courtney Strait, who's knocked down a couple late. But Caitlin Van Ness, 19 points, 14 rebounds. She's really led this Bulleen team in this game.
Yeah, she has. And, I'd probably say her little co-pilot has been Hedge, obviously just running the point, keeping the composure on the offensive end. Has turned the ball over a little bit. However, I feel like right now it's probably not a factor.
No, well, I mean, look, she does have 10 turnovers.
Yeah. Probably
that
a little
is
too high.
A lot of that, in the first couple of minutes of the game when both teams were clearly nervous. But I think, importantly, we look at the plus-minus. Plus-minus doesn't always mean a whole lot. She's plus 20.
Still fantastic.
20 extra points when she's on the floor, and especially when the margin is less than 20. She's really leading this team. Courtney Strait has been not allowed to breathe in this entire game.
Neither has Georgia Varley.
Oh, great hustle on the baseline by Beveridge. They can run this clock down a little bit. Van Ness does not want to do so. She wants a 20 and 15 double-double. Strait. Euro step. Can't get it to go. As we're down to the final minute now. A basket here will seal it. Put the final nail in the coffin.
And that extra pass right there.
Yeah, she's... Late foul comes. Courtney Hollywood. They've just made the right decisions, it feels like, for pretty much the entire game. On offense, have Bulleen. The amount of extra passes, giving up a good shot for a great shot for the best shot.
Yes, yes.
So many times. And that's why we saw at halftime it was... No player was in double figures, but almost everyone that had been on the floor had scored.
Yeah, they're very potent, being able to just find whoever is open for the best shot. And that's Bulleen basketball for you. Obviously when I was scouting them, I was like, second line of help needs to be there. Even third line needs to be there. Yep. And it's going to feel like you're on skates because their ball movement is just exceptional.
Varley spikes that ball out of bounds. 5-second difference here between shot clock and game clock. It's going to be all going blue and yellow in this game as the Boomers have really dominated for 36 minutes or so of this game. They've led from start to finish. And that basket by Maddie Zugner gets the Bulleen crowd up, gets the Boomers bench out of their seats. And as Bellerine dribble this one out, the Bulleen Boomers are the champions of the state championship women's division. They win this by 16 points. They come from 4th place. They ran the gauntlet. And the momentum that the Boomers have is allowing them to lift this trophy.
Massive run there for the finals for Bulleen. And you know what? A hard-working, discipline, an all-team effort for the Bulleen Boomers. Like, last year missed out, losing to Werribee, or Wyndham, I should say. But just an absolute mighty effort here and taking down the Storm.
Well, they've remembered that heartbreak, but they've used it as fuel to really fire them. They were looking shaky at the end of the regular season. They lost their last 2 games, which saw them in 4th place, scraping into finals. They had to go the hard way. They had to go to Sherbrooke, and they fought out a tight 8-point win. And then they carried that momentum into a somewhat comfortable win over Pakenham. And like we said, it's been the momentum, it's been the team. Mason Rogers has this team playing the right kind of basketball at the most important time of the season. As we have a look at some of the stats lead as well, it was Caitlin Van Ness. A couple of maybe vanity points at the end of the game when Bellerine looked a little bit defeated, but 21 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. She did it all 94 feet of this game.
She did. Absolutely exceptional effort from Van Ness. And I think that's just like the cherry on top for her, you know, that kind of performance over the last few seasons, like massive improvements. Couldn't be proud of her, and I'm in a position.
Well, it's absolutely fair enough because she plays hard. She plays, you know, basketball that you as a coach, you want someone like that on your team because it's not the pretty basketball always. It's not the crossover step back threes. It's the grunt work in the paint. It's the offensive rebounds. It's the playing good defense. You know, we saw the right at the end of the game, she didn't go for the block on defense. She just jumped up, had her hand straight up, and played perfect vertical basketball. It's doing whatever the team needs. And she's led this team. She was thrust into a position that she didn't expect at the start of the season, and she has absolutely thrived. And I dare say potentially championship MVP kind of stats.
Definitely.
I don't get a vote, so I can't lock it in.
But you know what? If, as an opposition coach, if I had one single wild card for a player of any team, I would be taking Caitlin Van Ness.
Well, she does the right things, that's for sure. And her partner in crime in the low block as well, the veteran Jenny Rintala, 10 points. Didn't have the best shooting game, but 10 points, 14 rebounds, 4 offensive for her as well. And when the team looked nervous at the start of the game, she just was cool, calm, and collected and hit a couple of important shots when the rest of her team was sort of struggling.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's, you know, an experienced player there, just being able to say, come on team, come with me, I've got the experience, we've just got to settle into the game. So I think she did a really good job at the very beginning of the game to gather her teammates and say, let's do this together.
Who from Bellerine stood out to you? Because a couple of players had a tough start to the game. You know, shooting wasn't the best for them, but you know, they were hanging around for the majority of it. The margin, like we always mentioned, was around that 5 to 7. They refused to go away until they kind of ran out of legs at the end. Yeah,
I think you've got to give credit to Courtney Straight. You know, she played her heart out. Didn't have the greatest shooting night, but she never said die. Like, she was always within, always trying to find the next bucket, and just, you know, defensively she stepped up when they needed. She was very disruptive. You know, Vert had a great little patch there as well on offense and defense. Unfortunately, you know, championship games, you need that for a little bit longer than just a few minutes, which I think was probably, you know, the storyline for Bellerine.
Well, that wraps it up for us here on the commentary side of things. Stick around for the on-court presentations.
In all games throughout the season, we wish to mention sincerely thank our score table, statisticians, volunteers and staff members, and many more. Before we commence our awards, we will put our hands together for Anita Ledger, who will be presenting the awards tonight on behalf of Basketball Victoria. To begin our awards presentations, this game and the season could not go ahead without our score table and statisticians. They arrive 60 minutes before the game and stay until 30 minutes after the final siren to ensure the game runs as smoothly as possible. In Victoria, our technical officials are widely considered to be some of the best in the country, representing their association and state at numerous events. Please put your hands together for the appointed score table statisticians for tonight's championship women's game on the Rock Up. Helen Steers, Amani Al-Shader, Chris Ramsey, Ben Craven, Tarkin Sayers, Sophia Davey, Mitch Bloomfield, and Lani. Once again, a big round of applause for these wonderful technical officials, basketball fans. As the photo opportunity wraps up, let's hear it once again for our technical officials. Well, this game and the season could not be possible without our referees. Selected to referee in a grand final is a huge achievement. Please put your hands together for the appointed referee coach, Christian DeForest, and the emergency referee, Alex Scott. We'd now like to call forward to congratulate our three grand final referees. Please put your hands together once again for crew chief Chloe Dunmore, Natalia Ziegler, and Alex Lithgow. Yeah, once again, let's hear it for our referee. Unfortunately, with tonight being the grand final, we can only have one winner. And so can I please call up the runner-up coach, Tim Sanderson, to say a few words on behalf of the team.
Firstly, thank you to the league and sponsors for putting this on. Without what you guys do, we don't have a competition, so thank you for getting everything sorted out for us and let us play. To the Bulleen group, that's probably one of the best finals runs I think I've seen. Like, for the injuries you guys had during the year, to come through with 4 straight like that was an unbelievably good effort, so congratulations to you guys. It's amazing on the team, like, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, you guys are a benchmark in this, that we're going to keep chasing and try and keep coming back and have another go next year. To our girls, I guess the hard part for me is to be there now for you guys. After a season like that, it's a pretty rough way to finish. But unbelievably good year, proud of all of you. We'll come back and be better, we'll give it another go. And lastly, to everybody wearing Storm colours up there and over there, thank you guys for making the trip up. It's fun playing in front of you guys every week at home or wherever we are, so please stay with this group. There are plenty of good things still to come.
Thank you very much. All the best for next season. The runners up for the 2025 Championship Women's Grand Final. Of course, the Bellerine Storm. Please come up one by one. As I read out the names, we start with number 3, Chantel Hall. Number 7, Charlotte Armstrong. Number 8, Olivia Burns. Number 9, Courtney Holloway. Number 11, Olivia Osborne. Number 23, Courtney Strait. Number 24, Jamie Crombie. And number 35, Georgia Farley. Coach, of course, Tim Sanderson, and assistant coaches Nicholas Thomas and David Smith. Come forward for the once again, a round of applause for our runners-up. One more. All the best next year, team. It's now time to present our grand final Most Valuable Player Award, voted on, of course, by our wonderful panel of referees tonight. She was the star of the show tonight with 21 points and 15 rebounds. Please make some noise for Caitlin Vance. We'd like to say a few words before we introduce the team. Congratulations.
First of all, to Bellerine, you guys were so good this whole year. We were definitely a little bit nervous coming into the game, but you guys played amazing. It was such a close game for almost the whole thing. You did great. Thank you to BigV and all the officials. You guys are amazing as always. Big thank you to our fans. You guys are so good. You guys have been awesome all season. Great to have you down here. We're so thankful to have such an amazing club and support. And to my team, I'm so proud of all of you to come from like fourth and have such injuries and like go through so much adversity all season. Like I'm just so proud that we got here today. Good job, guys.
Beautifully said, well done, and now it's the time. Boomers fans are all waiting for when we present the 2025 championships with the championship rings. We start with the number 6, Maidenhead. Number 7, Hayley Letts. Six, 7, true. Number 8, Alicia Makuchi. I don't even know what that means, just saying. Number 11, Serafina Newton. Number 12, Saray Bafry. Number 14, Madison Zuma. Number 21, Nicola Cross. Number 25, and the captain and MVP, Caitlin Vance. Number 31, Jenny Rintar. Number 48, Mia Keller. And rounding out the playing side, number 50, Talia Leeson. The assistant coaches, Marcus Embry and Thomas Pitts. Led by the coach, Mason Rogers. Absolutely. I'm going to hand over the mic as I'd like to announce a few players who are part of the squad.
Sorry, just for the final couple of pieces that unfortunately don't get as Caitlin mentioned, there was a lot of adversity this year. Again, a lot of players were injured. And I just want to go take this moment to acknowledge the vast impact they've had on our program. Kelly, Amy, Bella, you guys have led every single training. You've mentored the girls. You've stayed involved. And you guys have just as big what we built as a program here as anyone else. So I just want to take this moment and say thank you on behalf of the team and on behalf of me.
Thank you very much, well said. And now comes another moment you've all been waiting for, the presentation of the banner to the coach and the captain and to this team, the Bulleen Boomers, your championship winner, winning BigV champions for 2025.